Hello and welcome everyone to our new training session, and it is the first session about Wikimedia Commons. And today we will see with Francesc how to create upload campaigns on Wikimedia Commons, starting from categories and templates to the final step of creating the upload page. Thank you, Francesc, for joining us today. And if you have any questions, you can ask them on the chat, or maybe you can ask them directly to Francesc. Thank you.
Thanks for this presentation. Thank you everyone for being here, and thanks for being here, not to listen to me and to looking at me doing things. As I said, what I'm going to do today for me is it's already something that I do every year, because the example that we will use is a campaign that we do here in Valencia every year. So I hope that you can learn to do things at least as good as I do, because for sure somebody will be able to do things even better. But if you are able to do things as well as I do, the good news is that you will be able to do this every year if you need to, without no more worries. Let's get started. I'm Francesc. I'm from Valencia. Nice to meet all of you. This is my main page in Wikimedia Commons. It's the very same page that you have. Just the only difference is that I have everything configured in Catalan, so I see in Catalan, and you will watch your page in English, in Arabic, in French, or whichever language you prefer. So what we're going to do is to create from scratch, from zero, a new template for starting our own campaign. As we all know, to upload files to Wikimedia Commons is very easy. You just click into load. You have here this this help, and then you just have to choose a multimedia file and start uploading. What we are going to create today here is a front page. It's a custom front page for people who are going to upload files, not as a general basis using the upload wizard, the standard upload wizard, but using a custom phase, as I say, a custom portal. Let's say that has some special things, some text changes, changed to make it, to align it with our campaign. That it must be a campaign of a given GLAM project. So yes, I've seen the chat. I don't see the chat. So if you have something, let's say, very urgent to ask, you can ask me by voice. I switched the language from Catalan to English. Is the main page. Just no, it changed anything, or it changed it. Well, it seems that I can't change languages, but here I am. And okay, now it's English. What we're going to do today is to create a landing page. So we were, first of all, I'm doing the things step by step and slowly, so everyone can get it. And what we are going to do is to put campaign 2 points, whatever, and we can see that there are a lot of campaigns in Wikimedia Commons. I've chosen the first one that appears, which is the Summer of the Regions in Wikipedia 2016. And here we have a campaign that was made 5 years ago. It seems that it's about French summer. And it's on the Ula wizard that already exists. We can see here that there is everything that I say that can be used in a campaign landing page. There's a custom name, there's a custom welcome, a custom explanation. We can see that this explanation is only available in French because its audience, it seems that it was French. And we have the option to upload. And in the option of upload, we can see that this campaign is no longer enabled. So the other custom messages that appear here are no longer. And basically I have here the very same upload wizard that I have in as if I was uploading files on a normal way. So once I've made this theoretic introduction, what we are going to do is to start touching things. So we can discover a little bit how a campaign works. What I'm going to do here is to search my campaign, which is in this case Wiki loves Falles, which is a campaign that we have been doing for, I believe it was 5 years with this one. And what I have here is exactly the same as I had, a little bit more easier. We have a custom name. We don't have a custom description, although we could have. And here we have all the files that are being uploaded in this campaign. I don't know if you know the Falles Festival. Perhaps I shouldn't have. Well, it's a festival that we do in Valencia. I don't know if you can see, if you can hear the audio or not. And well, this is a festival that we do here in Valencia, and we believe it's interesting to upload this to Wikimedia Commons because all these figures are born after the festivity. So none of these sculptures does long exist. And well, it's ephemeris art, and it can be used to illustrate many things on Wikipedia. So well, we decided it was interesting to make a contest on this.
Ah, minha frente.
Yeah. Any questions?
Agora não.
Questions? No questions? Okay, no worries. So what are we going to do here is basically click on edit source. Why? Because as I said at the beginning of the session, and Nassim and everybody was agreed, the easiest way to create a campaign is just to go to existing campaign, to copy the text and to paste the text. Why? Because basically this is a template that already works, a template that I created by copying and adapting and doing mistakes, etc. And this is exactly the very same that you are going to do. We are going to discover today how to make a template, and I see that some of you already know how to create a template based on another one, but we will discover some of the things that happen, no? Why there's a layout template, why there is a header template, why there is a lang template, etc. Perfect. So basically what I'm doing with my campaign that, as I said before, is a yearly campaign, is I had this was the first template that we did, and for the upcoming years, what we just made was to create a new page which was exactly the same, but adding at the end the year. So if I have Wiki Los Falles, I will create Wiki Los Falles 2021, which is a page that it doesn't exist. And it says create source. Perfect. We are going to create the source for this campaign, which name is name of the campaign / and the year. And as an example, I'm going to take the last year that the festival was held, which was 2 years ago. There is a hidden campaign. We did create the template for the 2020 edition. This festival is celebrated in March. And as you can see, the pictures that we have, here is me with, this is a librarian, a glam partner that we have. Her mother works selling pastrings. Buñol is similar to a churro. I don't know if you are perhaps more familiar to the churros because of Latin America. And as you can see, all the pictures that we have are of the fallas before of being, let's say, finished, but they stayed that way because, that edition of the fallas couldn't be celebrated because of the pandemic. So perfect. We have here an unused template from the campaign of 2020, and what we're going to do is to create the 2021 campaign. Perfect. Here we have a header because let's say that the machine wants us to write everything, but to create a template from scratch is very, very difficult. I don't know if there is many people in the movement who knows how to create a campaign from scratch. I don't. But well, I believe that nobody here wants to learn programming today. So what we are going to do is to learn how to make things in a reasonable way. And the most reasonable way is just to copy my campaign Wikilos Falles 2020 and to paste it here in my 2021 page. Somebody might say, well, if you are copying exactly the same every year, then you don't need to make a new upload wizard for every year or new template for every year. You can just use the same. No, because as I said, what is funny, what is good of the campaign portal, let's say, is that you have a custom message for the people who participates, etc. So I mean, it makes sense to put those adapted text, even despite they might not be very different from one year to other. So I will stop here. I will let you 1 minute to relax, and I will make a question. So far, have you understood everything I've done, what I'm trying to do, and what I'm going to do next? Is all clear here? We can keep.
Yeah, until now, here.
Okay, until
Just
now.
one question.
Yeah.
Do we have? Is it this is available for all users, or we have to be admin or this?
As far as I know, everyone can. Everyone, there's no limit. As far as I know, because well, I can't answer that, but I would say that yes, everyone can create its own campaign. So well, so far, let's say that we are in the point a little. Perhaps we are in the point where the previous point to this workshop. Kind of everyone knew how to copy and paste things. So what we're going to do right now is to edit this previous campaign template to our current campaign and to explain how this template works. As I said before, I guess that here nobody knows how to do programming, and at least I had no idea of informatic.
Yeah, then we couldn't ask you about the programming, if why enabled is true and why if it's false, what happened, and like that later.
Yeah, I will try to make some explanation. I mean, enable true, basically means what is going to, let's
Yeah,
say.
I know what enable, but
each of
what
these,
I'm speaking about others. Yeah, I understand.
We are going to that.
Also,
The thing
Franz,
is,
there is question from Adri. He say I cannot create a campaign without permission.
yes, I'm not sure. I would say that yes. Otherwise, just asking for the permission and that's it. And the thing is that each of these words in brackets, not exactly brackets, but you understand me, is like an order. So enable means this is going to be a template. Yes, true. First order, first real order, title, which is the title of the campaign that will be displayed here. Here we have the example of a real campaign. Here we have one name. And what is the name that we want to put here? Wikilos Falles 2021. What happens is instead of Wikilos Falles, we are going to make another thing. Instead of Wikilos Falles, we can make Wiki Loves Heritage, Wiki Loves Love, Wiki Loves Monument, whatever existing campaign is the one you want to work on. So title, the title of our campaign that will be displayed here. Perfect. Second part. This is display, and this display is a small message that appears here. When you start the upload wizard, I here have the caption "Apuja les teues fotos de les falles," which means upload your falles pictures. Here, this is designed to be only displayed in one language, which is Catalan, because this is a very folkloric thing here in Valencia. And that's only on one language. What to do if you need to use more than one language? I have no idea. I will be very sincere to you, but basically I will explain how it works. So if there is a template that has that header on several languages and you find it, you can copy it and understand it. So basically, header label is the label that will appear here in the header when you start uploading a picture. And here what I say is upload your picture of the falles. Here I haven't written any year or anything that you know, can change from a year to another, so I will left here as it is. There are some codes. This code basically says that, I mean, it says that this caption must be centered into the screen as it is, that we must use big letters as somehow they are bigger than this one, and also that it's in blank, in you know, it's black language, black. Sorry, today I'm not very
Black
very
color.
precise with the words. You know that here we have the dark letters. This is basically a style. I copied this style not because it's the one that I like the most, but because it's the one that I copied from the previous campaign. And I put in my text. That's it. You can upload your picture of falles. That's it. And that's the header label. Another thing that happens with those campaigns, although we are not going to prove it here because we don't have I don't have here any picture to upload, is that after you upload the picture, you can add a thanks message. In my case, once again the same, center text, black, I guess. This is big letters and something else. It says, gràcies per contribuir a preservar el patrimoni cultural del poble valencià, or thank you for your contribution to preserve the cultural heritage of the Valencian people. It's a very, I mean, that's a thanks message. You can use whichever other message you need to say bye-bye. Here, being somehow folk campaign intended for people who are living in a specific place, because you only can upload pictures from falles if you are living in the city of Valencia. We want something that touches to people, not that feels them part of something important. So even despite it's just a folkloric celebration, we use the word cultural heritage and preserve, because they wanted that people who were uploading pictures, most of them weren't Wikimedians, they are not, you know, they are not skilled Wikimedians or veteran Wikimedians or whatever, they are sometimes random people. We wanted them to feel attached to what they were going to read, that they feel that somebody has taken some time to thinking on them. In any case, the thanks label, the message that appear after you upload a picture, which is our objective, you can use whichever options you want. Instead of thanking people for creating the cultural heritage of the land of Valencia, you can just say bye-bye, goodbye, or thanks for your pick. I mean, this is something that you can change whichever you want, and of course in the language you prefer. I will make another stop here. So far we have seen two labels. One is title and the other is display. So far everything is clear, although of course once we create the campaign we will see more things. Perfect.
There is a question.
Sorry.
Tell me the question.
We have a question from Sandra asking about the type of windows we can display in addition to the headers and the thanks labels.
I don't know, because as I said, everyone what does is just to copy a template and that's it. So, but if we start looking, I mean, it will depend on how much time do you want to spend on designing your header. So if we look for other campaigns, for instance, Wiki Loves Earth in Nepal, which is a lovely country I've never been, is the same. I mean, Wiki Loves Earth, which is a big campaign, it has the header and the thanks. Here they use more templates, which in my opinion is not as useful as it could be, because well, if you use a lot of templates, what will happen is what we will see afterwards is that you will have to create a lot of daughter templates, which is something that I've said before. And that's it. I mean, indeed, this Wiki Loves Earth template has less fields than mine from the falles, because just after display, I have one option, which is defaults. that is not available here as far as you can see. So, well, my template is not so bad when, let's say that it has more options than Wiki Love Serve. Which is a campaign that is very, very veteran in our movement. Let's try with Wiki Loves Monuments, which is the big fish in when it comes to campaigns. Wiki Loves Monument Netherlands. If this one has no more defaults, header and thanks. I mean, what we are discovering today is very standard. And here what we have is that they had also their defaults option. In their case, it's Riksmonumenten, which means monuments from the kingdom. As far as I know, my Dutch is not very good. In my case, it says Wikilos Falles 2020, which I will say to 2021. Defaults is basically what do you want to, by default, add to each of the files that are going to be uploaded through this upload wizard. So basically, if we are going to hold a campaign or to host a campaign, what we want that, which thing we would want that each of the pictures that are uploaded have? That's my question. And the answer is categories. We want all the pictures to be in the same category because that's how are we going to, let's say, put them in order. Or if we have to give some prizes, we will use that category as the default. So each of the to have everything in the same place. So in the case of Wikilos Monuments in the Netherlands, they've chosen the category of the national monuments, here called Rijksmonumenten. And in my case, I have an own category created by me called Wikilos Falles 2021. Does that category already exist? No. Why? Because I'm creating the template before of the category. So once I save my page, what I will have to do is to create that category. Okay, so far I believe that's quite self-explaining. And we have more things. By default, we will add a category to each of the pictures that are uploaded using this template. Second question, we can add more things to the campaign, and the answer is yes. We can make that each of the pictures uploaded using this upload wizard have a custom template. Here is the template Wikilos Falles 2020, which I will change to 2021. Which template is that one? I will check. I will go to another Wikimedia Commons page and I will look for the template that we are using to add in every of the pictures. And what we have here is the average, let's say that the normal template that every contest has. And it says that this image was provided to Wikimedia Commons during Wikilos Falles photo context. This initiative is included inside Wikilos Folk because reasons. Okay, perfect. So basically here we have this year I will change this because Wikilos Folk does no longer exist. And perhaps I will have to change the logo, but that's not a thing for today. And as we can see here, we have three languages: Valencia, which is Catalan, English, and Castellano, which is Spanish. So here we can see two things. The first of all is how to include several languages and to have the template in whichever language you prefer. And the second one is that we don't have to use the default name for each of the languages. If in your region, let's say that the language has a different name because of dialects or etc., you can use that. In Spain, as you know, Spanish is just the language of a part of the country, not for the whole country. So we say that that language is Castellano because it was originally from Castile. And the other languages have the name of the autonomous regions, in this case, Valencia, because once again, the Catalan is not only spoken in Catalonia, but also in Valencia and in the Balearic Islands. So, well, this was just an example, but I believe that we have seen several things just with this example, which I believe is great. And the other thing that by default we can add are the licenses. We can add just one license by default, and that's the license that each of the pictures will have. Answer yes, but we don't have to, because as we know, well, you can upload to Wikimedia Commons files using different types of license. So here what we have is we can choose between three licenses: Creative Commons by Share Alike 4.0, Creative Commons by 4.0, and Creative Commons 0. Could we add here also the Creative Commons by Share Alike 3.0? Yes, we could. Why they haven't? Because this is a template, a campaign designed for very newbie users, and I don't want the newbies to find some kind of license that are not self-explaining. So I mean, the difference between a 3.0 and a 4.0 is not very clear, so I just put the 4.0 and that's it. Here I will stop, and I'll ask you if everything that I've said up to now is clear or not.
There is
Remember
question.
that.
There is a question from Sandra. If there is a head page
Okay.
with the list of the instructions,
I don't have a list of the instructions, but well, this session is being recorded, so you can track back, and we can make it. I mean, it's not so difficult.
But on Commons, there is no head page for that.
There is no help page. I don't know if it does exist. I mean.
Okay. And a comment from Adil, he say that the category will be
Yeah. C'est créé automatiquement. No, the category is not created by automatically, so you have to create it by hand. And we will create that category right now. I mean, we will do everything from scratch. Here, this workshop is intended to create everything from scratch because there's no other way. So far, we have. Yeah.
I have a question, please.
Tell me.
Okay. Just I create a category before I did the template. So
Yes.
is there a difference between them? And the second question is, in the template that it's me that say which criteria I will put for licensing or languages. I can decide it by myself, or there's a standard criteria about that.
No, you can decide. I mean, and here we have just added one category, but you can create several categories. If you want a picture to be in the, let's say we have here, no, Wiki Heritage in Danger 2021. It's okay, this category. Let's imagine that this is the category that we have. Well, well, we should have indeed that one. Wiki Heritage in Danger 2021 in Iraq. Why? Because this is a category for the templates. Here we have the category for the pictures. So we will take that category. Let's imagine that it's already created, and we will put here. We will paste, and that's it. And we will have that category as default, and then every of the pictures will be categorized here. Besides of that, we can upload. I mean, we can add all the pictures. Let's imagine to the category World Heritage in Iraq without specifying if it's in danger or not. We can. And what if we are going to hold us, you know, a campaign in parallel with another one? Let's imagine that we are going to do this in parallel to Wiki Loves Monuments, so we can have pictures of Wiki Heritage in Danger 2021 in Iraq and Wiki Loves Monuments 2021 in Iraq. We can add the other category and the previous one, and that's it. And that's how we could make that by default, one picture is uploaded to two different categories. Makes that clear? Makes it sense? Perfect.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. And now we have the two last fields. One is called fields, the other is tutorial. Tutorial is the most easy of all. Tutorial, we want to skip the tutorial when we're uploading pictures, yes or not? If we want, we say true. And then what will happen is if you upload a file as a new user by the normal upload wizard, what you have is this tutorial, which I have enabled even despite I'm a very veteran user because I do a lot of workshops. And I want, when I teach people how to upload pictures to Commons, I want them to read the tutorial. But as we have here with Skip, what we are going to do is that they won't see this, so they can go faster. Okay. This last one is very self-explanatory. And the other one is fields. What does fields mean? If when we are uploading a picture, we want that next to, I will try to upload a picture because otherwise you won't be able to see how it works. Give me a second. When we upload a picture, no matter which it is, let's imagine a random picture I will upload. I don't know which random pictures I have, but I mean, those are okay. This is a graffiti. It works. This is just an example. Here we can see how my upload wizard works. It says upload here your pictures of files. So of files, this is the normal upload wizard of Wikimedia Commons, but here we have our custom message. And when I say continue, I'm the copyright holder of this. I can use a different license. I only have 3 options because in the template I say that I only wanted 3 options. And then I upload my picture. And what happens here is in fields, I added a field with a label, and this label is Código Wikidata de la Festa, or Wikidata code of the celebration. Why? Because the files are held in about 60 different towns, and each in the files of celebrated on each of the different towns, what they have, sorry, is that each town has a different Wikidata code. So this is the very same upload wizard as Wikimedia Commons average normal is, but here we have the option to add new fields. And on those new fields, we can add, for instance, here, the Wikidata complementarity. Sorry, because today I'm not very skillful with the language. And that might be useful, for instance, if we are, let's imagine that we have the endangered heritage from Iraq, and we want to categorize that by regions. But by default, we can't categorize anything by regions. What we can do, we can give to the people who are going to participate in our campaign a list of the Wikidata codes of all of the regions or provinces or whatever from Iraq. In this example, it's Iraq. And then when they upload a picture, then here they must insert the code. Why? Because that way we can check which pictures are in our category, and they are also linked to a certain Wikidata code, and that way we can get statistics more easily. That's an example. There are many other examples, and these fields is the one that I believe is the most interesting. Of course, if we have a good reason to add an extra field to our campaign. So now that I've explained everything, we can check that we are creating campaign Wikilost Falles 2021, tutorial Skip, Wikidata code of the celebration. This has no anything to change. The license is okay. The wiki text that we are going to add is Wikilost Falles 2021. The categories is 2021. Those texts have anything to change. And the title is Wikilost Falles 2021. So we have finished creating our template by adapting or editing a previous one. Any questions?
Yes. Can we put more than one category in the code?
Yes. We just push intro, and here between the brackets we say the other category.
And these categories will appear automatically in the upload page, right?
Yeah. No, will appear automatically in the file once it's uploaded.
No, but when we upload the page, that is the last step, where you have the name of the file and the description, you have the category. Are we going to find these categories there already there?
No. The machine will add those categories without asking. Here we have the upload wizard in categories.
But here,
Well, here,
yeah, here.
well, here I have automatically Falles 2017.
Mhm.
I have this one, but of course I should check how was designed the
We can check this
camp.
after finishing the campaign when we test the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, let me check. A ver, un segundillo. Well, we will check it. Campaign.
Okay.
Wiki loves Falles without year. If we go to the source of the original template, we can see that the category that we added was Falles 2017. So yes, all the categories that you add here appear automatically here. Now it's clear?
Yes, thank you.
Default category is 2017, and here it appears. Perfect. Now, I mean, that was the original one, the first one that we created, but for the following years, what we made was just to create a new template for the campaign. If there aren't more questions, I will
Just
publish
to we
my
have
edits.
for the member who joined now. So just to summarize what we did, so we are trying to create a new campaign called Wiki Loves False 2021. So we this page and we copied the text from an existing campaign. We just modified the name of the category.
Yeah.
And now we are going just to we are ready to save the campaign. So to create the page.
Yeah. And now what I'm going to do is just to publish the page. So I click on publish and I've created my campaign. Well, it seems that, you know, there was a loss of session data because I've stayed too much time without publishing, but I've published twice and we've done it. Wiki Loves Falles 2021, 0 uploads because so far nobody has uploaded anything. And we have our campaign created. That's it. If we go to upload, we can see that I have the same message I had, and that's it. Basically, with that, we have our campaign created. Now, questions. What will happen once I upload a picture? My campaign says that I have to add a template called Wiki Loves Falles, and that template does not exist. Then what will happen is that will be a mess. So our second thing to do today is to go to our pictures. Here we have one picture, a random picture. And we see that here we have our custom template for the campaign. We are going to create this because so far we have our campaign for 2021 finished. We have done it. That's it. We don't need anything else. But now we want to have a nice template for the campaign. So here I'm switching from campaign Wiki Loves Falles 2021 to my template, and my template is Wiki Loves Falles. Perfect. So basically, I'm going to create the template Wiki Loves Falles 2021, and what we have here is that that template does not exist. Okay, so basically, I want to create it. Sorry, but I have here the recording. Okay, so basically what we need is to go to the template. Here we have the previous year template. This is the already existing template, and what we are going to do is to create a new one. Here I have a kind of weird thing because I was looking for the name of my template, waiting that here it will appear a red link, but it does not appear. So what I've done is to go to the 2020 template that it does appear. And what I will do is just to change the name here. So it brings me to the template I want to create, but it does not exist. And here we will do exactly the same that we did previously. Click into create source. Yeah, question.
not question. You can press to special search, and then you can create directly from there, creating template.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for the message. And well, I will keep with my explanation. I made it the things the hard way, but this is it's good sometimes to do the things the hard way, because sometimes people arrives to something that it's not very intuitive, and if they know how to do the things the both ways, it's better. So thanks for the explanation. And what we are going to do right now is we have creating template Wikilos Falles 2021, and what we have here is a template that already exists. So we go to edit source. We see that the text is not very much. We copy and we paste. We have a base, which is Wikilos Falles. As you can see, I've copied from the 2020 edition, but the base has been the same for every year, even despite that perhaps for this year I will change it because there have been some changes on the campaign during those 2 years. But well, we have a base template. Let's remember this of the base, because we have to keep this in mind. We have a base template, and from that base template we are going to create different layouts to show one thing or another depending on what we need. Right now perhaps it makes no sense. I hope that once I made the whole explanation you understand everything. We have a so basically this is a daughter template of Wikilos Falles. So the first order, which is auto-translated, has the order of auto-translate because it will be available in several languages. It gives the order daughter template called Wikilos Falles 21. Your base is the template Wikilos Falles. And it says, if this template is inside of a file, because this is a template that we want to be included on every picture uploaded using our upload wizard, then if this template is inside of a file, add category uploaded via campaign Wikilos Falles 2021. Why? Because we want all the pictures uploaded to be in the same category. Somebody might ask, isn't redundant uploaded via campaign Wikilos Falles with Wikilos Falles 2021? Yes, it is somehow redundant, but somebody might participate in the campaign without using the upload wizard. So it's not exactly the same, although it might be redundant, and perhaps we might decide that we don't want the category template inside of the campaign. It's okay. So basically, I've given a couple of orders to the template Wikilos Falles 2021, and I publish the page. And what happens here? That it works very well. And why does it work very well? Because as I say that the parent was going to be the original one, it already appears here, the text in all the languages and everything, because we are using the text from the other years. Now, question, what happens if I don't have a previous year, so I can't reuse the template and I have to create from scratch? Then what I'm going to do is to change the parent to create a new template, because as I said, this text was used while Wikilos Folk was still in charge, was an active campaign, but this campaign hasn't been active for some years. Since 2018, it hasn't been active. So, okay, we have to change everything, and that's not a problem. We can do it. We can make a new template. So now we are going to do weird things, because so far we were just giving orders to the template to display previously existing templates. Now we must create the templates from scratch. So my question before we start, so far everything is understood?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do is going back here, and what we're going to do is that the base now will be Wikilos Falles 2021 base. Why? because I want a new template. And I will publish changes. What happens here? Oh, everything break down. And why has everything broken down? Because they are looking for a base template called Wiki Los Falles 2021 base, and it does no longer exist. So what we must do to make this work? To create the base template. And now we are going to do weird things. So we have to create a template from scratch. This is the template that is the base for our future campaigns. In the case that the content that we are here is not temporary. So what we are going to do here is to go to the Wiki Los Falles template that I created in 2017, and we will edit that one to display what I want it to display. So what we have here, this is not what I want. Fuck. This is Wiki Love Folk logo, which is based on this. Okay. This is, I just put all the things on the labels I want. This is the template that we want to copy. We go to edit source. And we take it. No, but that's exactly the same. Here it is. Hold a second. Okay. Oh, now's the difficult thing. Here I'm discovering things. And what we're going to do is to create the things a little bit without order. So from this point, keep in mind that I'm not doing explanations. I'm just trying to apply what I want to do. Okay. Here's the problem. Okay, well, here we're going to have a lot of templates because this is messy. I will explain what I'm doing. Just give me some time. Yeah, well, nobody cares. Oof. Very well. Okay. Each of the templates, the base template, oh, sorry, but I need another one more. Okay, so basically each of the templates has a base, another one called layout, and another one including all the languages. What does it mean? That if we want to create a, let's say, twin campaign, we are going to copy and paste from 3 different templates. We have to imagine this is like a puzzle, like let's say a Lego game. You have a big gray piece, plain, and you have to put there one line of Lego bricks in red, another in yellow, and another one in blue. Why? Because we want to. So each of the templates here is the Lego brick. If we create just one of the templates, what will happen is that we will have one template displaying and two that it doesn't exist, so they are red links. So now I will start creating those templates. And well, I will try to make it in a way that everyone understands it. We will
So
start by the layout.
in total, how many
template.
templates in total?
3: layout, lang, and base. Plus in lang, which are included all the languages. I have here 3 languages. You must keep in mind that after lang, we are going to create 3 templates more for each of the languages. So, well, here we will start by layout. In layout, the orders that we are giving is first file. It means which image are going to display here. In the old template, the image that is displayed is here. Wikiloc Fold does no longer exist, so we are going to change that icon with this icon. Why? Because I want to. So in file here, when I say Wikiloc Folk, I can put whichever image I believe is the one that we want to do. This image has an order to link to something. To what is going to link? It's going to link to the campaign, to the category files uploaded via the campaign that we have created, which is Wikiloc Files 2021. And here it has lang. Why? Because we want here the language. Here we have the Wikiloc Files lang template, because as I said before, each of the templates is links to other templates, and it works like a Lego. So if you notice, our Lego here, which is the layout is perfect. But what it does not work, the lang. Here it says that we have here empty because it's linking to anything. Indeed, here in Wikiloc Files and lang, here it appears 3 languages because it is linking to the old template. So what we're going to do here in Wikiloc Files lang is to put Wikiloc Files 2021 lang. And once I publish my layout for 2021, what I will find is that I have empty text. I mean, so far we have it empty, and that we have here a template that it does not exist. We have put the layout Lego brick in a good way. Everything displays where it has to display, but here we lack some Lego bricks. So we are going to create a template, Wikiloc Files 2021 lang. And what we're going to do is to go to the Wikiloc Files lang and just copy the format. How it works? Span, style, etc. I mean, this is the header of the template. There are 3 templates and the closing of the template. All of the templates is Wikiloc Files. Here I will say 2021 and its language. 2021, and 2021. In the all 3 languages that we want to add. So the order that we here is URL template and the name of the template that we want, and after the name of the template, each of the languages that we want to have. So I copy, I go here, I paste it, and it displays. What happens if I click on English? It does not exist. But right now, everything is displaying in the way it has to display, because as I say, all the Lego bricks are in its place. And if we go back to the Wiki Los Falles 2021 layout, what we will find here is that we had here a red link. What we have here are the 3 languages displaying. Problem: when we click each of the languages, the page, it does not exist. How to fix it? By creating them. So once again, we are going to add more Lego bricks to our templates. So I go to the Catalan language, I click to edit source, and I put this template. This template, at least, is more easy to understand. And here the text is the same, but we are not talking about Wikilost Folk, because Wikilost Folk, it does no longer exist. So this image has been uploaded to Wikimedia Commons during the photo context Wikilost Falles. And that's it. And that's the layout that we want. We save, and that's it. We have our text in Valencian, English, and Spanish. What happens if we go to English? If I go to English, it appears. So it's perfect. Okay. Hold a second. It appears because it's using the 2020 layout.
Yes.
If I use the 2021 layout, those are the kind of things that we have to keep in mind, because that will happen a lot when creating our own campaigns. If that happens to me after 4 or 5 years creating the same template, it will happen to you. The good thing is that if we are going to have such templates for several years, after the second year, if anything goes wrong, at least people won't notice very much because of the similar templates. But here we are. Wikilost Falles 2021, and it's displaying the proper layout I want. Now I go to English. What happens with English? It doesn't exist. What are we going to do to create it? I go here to the old template from 2017. I change to English. I edit the source of English, and the same. I copy, I paste. How I paste? Saying that the proper layout is 2021 and removing the content from outdated contests. And I publish, and that's it. 2 languages. I switch from English to Catalan. I switch from English to Catalan, and it works. I switch from Catalan to Spanish. It doesn't work. No worries. We go here and we copy the Spanish one. Now we are in the Spanish display. Yes. We edit the source. We copy and we paste it in Spanish. I want this new layout, and I remove the content from outdated contests. And that's it. The code of the language is always the same, S, K, N, whatever, but the display of the name of the language can vary. You can put, you can make it to display, it's the Catalan language, but you can call it Valencian. It's the Spanish language, you can call it Castilian. Perfect. So we have completed this layout a little bit more. And if we go to the Wiki Los Falles 2021 base, here I believe that I will have some problems. I mean, now I put all the Lego bricks in its place. Let me check a little bit more. If you have some questions, please do it now, because I'm going to check things.
Yeah, yes, please. Before going to the base template, so we start with the layout, and then we define there the icon and the languages, and from there we go to the lang one by one and change them.
Exactly.
Okay. And the last one is the base.
Yeah, because so far, I mean, it's what happens here. I have is sorry, but I have to check it again. I have to check it again. Give me a second. The base is the last one because now we have created all the what we have done is to put all the Lego bricks, but we haven't put the gray plain piece on there. So we have the layout. We have all the languages here. Take care. You have to add all the languages here. If I wanted to add French, I should copy this, click here. Instead of S, which is Spanish, I will put French. And here I will put the name of the language.
Okay.
And we can add as much languages as we want. There is also a generic template here. Sorry. Here it says add more language, and to add more language, it brings to the code editor to edit that. Okay. And we're going back once again. This is my Wikilost Falles 2021. This is the base. And because the base it does not exist, here is anything displaying. So we go here. We say that the base is Wikilost Falles 2021, and we save. Okay. Now I've created a base template. I will edit the source. This base template has another base, which is to Wikilost Falles 2021, which is this template, Wikilost Falles 2021. And it just has an order that it's if this template is going to be included into a file, include that file into the category uploaded via campaign Wikilost Falles. And here I should add 2021 because I forgot that. And now I publish. And what happens now? Now it happens that if I go back to this template and I check this, it should work. Because it say that no fallback phone for auto-translate buys this, but it does. Because it's displaying. So basically now everything has been done. Everything has been done, but it's not displaying yet. Also to notice, if you go back here in Wikilost Falles base, that we have the option to create a documentation page explaining how this template works. Thing that I've never done. But this is something that happens to me. And here it seems that it's not loading, but it shouldn't be any problem because all the templates exist. The template does exist, and the template has everything, has all the Lego pieces. The base of this template is the template Wikilost Falles here. Perhaps there is a mess for the people who are, especially if you are going to watch this workshop afterwards, the recorded one. The template that is going to be included into the pictures is named Wikilost Falles base, and the base template is called Wikilost Falles 2021. This is something that we must take care on. Okay, no, but what is here is that one template is linking to another one. So here there is something tricky. Okay. Now it works, but now it works because it's linking to the other one. Okay. No, but I'm not sure. I believe the problem is that it's not loading. Well, if you have any questions, because we have arrived to kind of the end. I didn't expect this end. I expected the computer to show everything as I expected it to be. But if you have any questions?
In total, we created four templates.
In total, we create a lot. I mean, we have first the campaign dot whatever we want, the campaign page.
I'm going to write in the chat step by step. So the first step is to create a campaign, right?
Yeah, first step to create a campaign.
Okay.
Then once we create the campaign, I'm allowing you to have time to write everything. Once we create the campaign, that campaign has linked a template. The template that will be shown in all the pictures uploaded by in the campaign. So I will put an example of that. I will go to 2020. Espera. I will put an example. Wiki de los Valles 2020. Perfect. We go to the category and we have this picture of the Bunyols, that I say. Or perhaps this one, what I believe is more representative of what happened that year. If it loads, because it seems that it's hard to load the image. This was an image uploaded via the upload wizard. And what we have here is this template, a template that, this is the template that we called base. So this template that in our example was named base, but is, let's call it template, has three, this template is made of three different templates.
So this is the main
base,
template plus three others, so 4 in total.
Yeah. Okay, this is the main template that I call the base. But this main template has a base template, which is the, let's say it's the base. Then we have the layout template. And then we have the languages template, the lang template. And afterwards, we have to create also the templates for each of the language we want the info to be displayed. If we want that information in 3 different languages, we need 3 different templates for each language.
For each language, we'll create another template.
Yes. I don't know if you can see the chat in the screen, because now I have the chat open. For language is automatic. The language will display automatically, depending on which language you have your computer or your account set as default. But the languages, we must create a template, because if you have your computer or your account in a language that is not supported by our template, then it wouldn't I mean that template won't be displayed in the language we want. So if we want the people to read that template in French, Arabic, whatever, we have to create that one.
So what I wrote in the chat, so I put 4 main steps. Step number 1, create the campaign. So the campaign, will choose the name of the campaign, we'll create the page, and we'll try to copy an existing code to our new campaign. This is the first step. In the code, we will have the name of the template. So we need to create the name of the main template. So we need to create, the second step is to create the main template. The main template would be based on 3 other templates, which are the base, language, and layout. So we need to create the next step number 3, the 3 templates: base, layout, base, and languages. And then for each language is included, we have also to create a dedicated template. Is it correct?
Yes, it is. Once we were doing this, I've discovered, as I said, as I suspected, the thing is that Wikimedia didn't load it, so it didn't display all the templates we had. Now my base template, which is the main template that is going to be displayed next to the image. I close that. Okay, here, this template. Now it displays as I want. And here I've discovered that because I have this in English, if we check Spanish and Catalan, it works well. But in English, I had a problem with with the wiki code. So what we are going to do is to open the English language template and to modify that. Why? Because here there's a code that it's lacking, that's a problem of the English language template. I don't know if you have noticed what I made. Here, now the text is perfect. If we go back to the version as it was, it had that problem. And that problem, I've seen that problem not in the template Wikilos Falles 2021 English, but in the base template, because the base template displays what is on the language template. I don't know if you have noticed it.
Yes.
Indeed.
Step would be the creation of the category for the campaign.
Sure. The category for I will start closing. I mean, here we have I will start closing a lot of labels, of tabs. Okay. For me, the ideal right now would be to have ready one picture to upload as a test, to test that our templates work properly. And if everything done properly, what will happen is that we will upload our picture, and here it will appear a category that it doesn't exist. Because we don't have that, what I have to do is to go to a fake Wikilos Falles 2021 link, and to create it, just to say it doesn't exist. So I'm going to create the source of category uploaded via campaign Wikilos Falles 2021. What I'm going to do, I go back to the campaign I want to create. And in this case, my category is just, it has just a parent category, which is Wikilos Falles 2021. What happens here? Creating the category, it works the very same as creating a category for a normal Wikimedia Commons category. I mean, there is anything special here. The thing is that, well, the names will be a little more weird. Why? Because probably we want a category uploaded via campaign 2001 to campaign, to points, whatever we need. So here I'm going to do the same. Here we have the uploaded via campaign and the category of the campaign itself. I copy everything, activities by Wikimedia España and Amical Wikimedia, because this is a joint project. And I create the category. I should also add the Ethnology Museum. I don't know why it was forgotten. And that's it, because those categories already exist. We have here the parent categories. We just add the categories and subcategories we need until we have created it. I don't know if anybody needs more help on how the categories on Wikimedia Commons work or not. If anybody needs help for categories, that means that we are done. Any questions?
Thank you very much, Francesc. For me, everything was clear. And I just want to jump to a question addressed earlier about the rights for to create an upload campaign page. Actually, there is a need to ask for permission to be an upload wizard editor. And here is the link of the page where the permission can be requested for all the members.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, Nasima, because I didn't remember that I had to ask for permission. And that's good to know. And well, I believe that I'm done. Sorry if for sometimes the explanation has been a little bit twerky, but as you know, well, the thing is, as I said, there is a parent template, and that parent template depends on different templates. So it's a little bit twerky, it's a little bit screwy. And I hope that even despite as you can see, I even had doubts sometimes on how to work. Keep in mind that because of we are working on templates that depend on other templates, you might do something, do it well, but it might not display. That happened to me, and when you check the video, you will find that again. And keep that in mind when creating your own template. Once you have done all the steps, if you don't see everything working perfectly, please step away from the computer, turn off the computer, and come back tomorrow, because perhaps it's everything okay, but it's the machine that is not displaying. So that's my final advice. If you have more questions, I will gladly answer.
Yes, I have. Sorry, Amen.
No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
tell
Go
me.
ahead.
Yes, about the page that I create the category for endangered. Yes, this one. So I just need to create the campaign page, and then this category it will display all on all the pages, right?
Yeah, actually, what will happen is once you create the campaign, I mean, we can, if you don't mind, do you want me to start creating things, or you mind,
I,
or I can make as if I create it, but I don't save, so you can create it. It's okay for me. We can make that. I'm going to edit this source, and I will make as if I was creating specifically Wiki Heritage in Danger 2021 in Iraq. I mean, I will create the campaign specifically for Iraq. I won't save, but you can see all the steps. Well, you will see all the steps once I open this on another template. So to create Wiki Heritage in Danger, what we are going to do is to copy the text, to paste it, and here. Tutorial skip, yes. Why? Because it's easier. Perfect.
yes.
Title,
Okay.
title, Wiki
Wiki Heritage in
Heritage in Danger, Iraq, 2021. I won't be very complete here because I want to go
Okay.
fast.
Yes.
Header, upload your pictures on Iraqi heritage. This is just an example. I don't want you to
Yes.
use exactly this one or whatever. Here, I believe that it will work a message similar to the one I have. So thank you for your contribution curating the Iraqi cultural heritage. I believe that it's a powerful message, or in these lines, it might work. Categories, here in categories, what I will make is Wiki Heritage in Danger 2021 in Iraq. And what will happen here we will put our template that it must be created from scratch. Here here we can nothing. And license, you can use the same as I do. And when it comes to extra fields, you might choose not to display any of those. The thing is, here you must be careful when removing everything, not destroying how the templates works. And if you want to add an extra field, you can make an extra field. And you, instead of Wikidata code of the festa, you can put Wikidata code of the province in which that piece of heritage is. Why? I don't know. I mean, you must choose to use one or another depending on the needs of your campaign. Plus tutorial skip through, and with that we will be. If I put show preview, this is how the template will look.
Okay. Very good. So I will do that after that I have the permission to create this campaign.
Perfect. I mean, creating the campaign is the most easy thing.
Yes.
The tricky thing is, I mean, this is the mother of the lamb, as we say here in Spain. The mother of the lamb will be the Wiki Heritage in this template, because this is the template that will show in the pictures that are uploaded. And that's the Lego bricks. Those are the Lego bricks. And that's what I say with the campaign. I believe that, I mean, I just re-explained how to make it work. So I guess, and this is recorded, so there will be no problems. The tricky thing will be the Lego bricks, and my biggest recommendation is do it everything step by step. And once you have done everything and you believe that it's okay, even if it doesn't explain displays properly, turn off the computer, go to the movies, go with a friend, do whatever you want, and tomorrow you go back. If it still doesn't displays properly, you can share the link with a colleague. If they had the same problem, then perhaps there is something to check. Because as I say, you might do everything perfect. The computer might not recognize all the templates because of the cookies on the cache, and perhaps you have everything perfect, but you don't see it working perfectly, and you change the code, and then it will be a mess. So that's my final recommendation.
Yes.
And if anybody has anything else,
Thank you, Francis.
thank you for everyone, and merci beaucoup, Padel, and well,
Muchas gracias, Frances.
muchas gracias a ustedes, un abrazo, and well, that's it. Now
So
is the
the
final
best,
time.
the most important thing is the practice. So try to get the permission to create these campaigns, and then think for a campaign for your countries or for your projects. And by practicing, you will learn a lot. And if you have any
Exactly.
question, you can post it in our Telegram group, and we can advise and help all together. Thank you. I will stop the recording now.
Perfect.